Good afternoon. I want to welcome all of you to the Hub, the library facility here at Windsor High School. I am Amy McMullen. I'm the chair of the Windsor Board. And we have our football and baseball team, and we have our girls basketball team. We have our theater corps represented. And interspersed in all of these groups, which is what makes Windsor High School the very best, we have mathletes, we have scientists, the students who presented for the state science fair, and we have, again, the drama, and let's see, what other teams with. Anyway, Windsor, we do it all. It's really good, and all of our students represent our school so well. And it is an honor today for me to introduce our Governor, Phil Scott. Governor Phil Scott is a native Vermonter who grew up in Barrie and is a graduate of Spalding High School and University of Vermont. In the year 2000, he was elected to the Vermont Senate, where he represented Washington County for 5 terms until he was elected Lieutenant Governor in 2010, serving until January 2017. As Lieutenant Governor, he launched the Everyday Jobs Initiative and Vermont Economy Pitch Sessions for the opportunity to learn from Vermont's employers and workers. And in 2011, in the wake of Tropical Storm Irene, he organized the removal and disposal of mobile homes around the state which were destroyed by the flood, all at no cost to homeowners and without spending any taxpayer dollars. The governor is also active in community service projects. In 2005, he founded the Wheels for Warmth program, through which Vermonters donate tires they no longer need. The tires that meet state inspection are offered for resale at affordable prices, with all proceeds benefiting heating oil assistance programs. For more than 30 years, Phil was a co-owner of his family construction business and raced the number 14 car at Barrie's Thunder Road for more than 2 decades. He has the most career wins as a late model driver at the track. He is also an avid cyclist, logging more than 4,000 miles in the last year. The governor lives in Berlin with his wife Diana and their dog, a spoiled golden retriever. I'd love to see pictures. And he has 2 grown daughters, Erica and Rachel. And if you would all join me. And Governor, I have one more.
Oh.
In honor of your visit, we have and for winter. I wouldn't try this on today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Nice. Well, in honor of that, I probably should wear this during this presentation. Very impressive for a number of reasons when I come here to Windsor. Seeing you have such a great school, it's just a wonderful facility. That's one impressive factor. The second is your resume, and we'll get to that in a minute where I read our proclamation, but you really have excelled in so many different areas, so that's impressive as well. But probably the most impressive portion of this is that it's the middle of the summer and you're coming back to school. So I thank you for coming here today. That is really is worthwhile and something to be celebrated. 20 years ago, as some have, my resume has told you, but 20 years ago, I didn't have a political bone in my body. I had absolutely no interest in politics whatsoever. There are many days I wake up with that same feeling, by the way. I just, it sticks with you. But I was a frustrated business owner, and I was complaining a lot about what they, them were doing to me in Montpelier. And I finally looked myself in the mirror and thought, instead of complaining so much, maybe I should step up. Maybe I should do something about it. Maybe I should add my voice. So I did, and ran for office at that point, and ran for the Senate naively because I didn't really understand politics whatsoever. So I've learned a lot in that time. I've served with Senator McCormick. As a matter of fact, he was chair of the first committee that I sat in, Natural Resources. He taught me a lot. We don't agree on everything. Maybe we disagree more than we agree. But I will say that he treated people the way they should be treated in the committee. And that was something that was important to me and something that I learned. Even if you disagree with somebody, you treat them with respect and civility. And he did that each and every time, even with those he vehemently objected to. He let them speak, he let them have their voice, and then probably voted to not do what they wanted to do. But that's neither here nor there. And I think that that's something that we all should think about in our daily lives, especially with the polarization we're seeing throughout our country. The divide grows more and more. The right and the left become more entrenched, and those of us who are in the middle, just trying to make sense out of all of this, are having more of a difficult time. So I would advocate that in sports and certainly in school, we should adhere to that policy of treating others, the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. Do unto others as you have done unto you. I think that's pretty important as well. Tweet others the way you want to be treated. That's important too. So we have some challenges in our country, in our state. We have demographic challenges here in our state. We are the second oldest state in the country. Maine is #1, and will be #1 if we don't change our ways. And what we're trying to do, we need to keep more of our youth here. We need to attract more people to our state. That's part of the answer, because the reality is there are fewer people working today than there were in 2009 in Vermont, and that's because we're aging. We're educating fewer students. We're educating 30,000 fewer students than we were just 20 years ago, and that's a problem. So what we need to do, again, is make, and on my first day in office, I issued an executive order outlining the strategic goals of my administration to grow the economy, make Vermont more affordable, protect the most vulnerable. 3 really simple principles that guide us in everything that we do each and every day. And so part of that is, again, growing the population, keeping more of our youth, bringing more youth in, listening to people, folks like you, because you're our future, and we want to do whatever we can to keep you here. So again, my congratulations to all of you, and I'm going to read this proclamation and then sign the proclamation. And you'll have to excuse the whereases, because that's the way we speak in Montpelier. Whereas Windsor High School is one of the oldest public schools in New England, and throughout its history, the faculty and staff have promoted excellence of mind, spirit, and body. And whereas the student body of the Windsor school system takes pride in their efforts and their community. And whereas Windsor High School achieved a remarkable record of athletic and academic achievement by earning the following: 2017 and 2018 varsity baseball state champions, 2018 varsity girls basketball state champions, 2018 varsity boys basketball state champions, 2018 3D printing team state champions, 2016 and 2017 varsity football state champions, 2017 science fair state champions, 2018 math team state champions, as well as receiving various honors at the STEM Fair and Quiz Bowl, and producing the Twin State Math League top scorer. Now therefore, I, Philip E. Scott, Governor, do hereby proclaim and recognize Windsor High School for outstanding athletic and academic achievement. And with that, I'm going to sign this. And as well, should all give you a round of applause for all of you. And again, it's pretty remarkable. I know many schools would want to be in your position after a decade or 2 decades, but you did all this in a matter of a year to 2 years. So again, it's with great appreciation and admiration that we recognize you for finding this honor. So with that, I don't know what kind of time we have, but I would be happy to take any questions you might have, if you have any. It's either that or we go through, maybe if you were a baseball state champion, can you stand up? Give us a wave. Baseball team. How about a varsity girls basketball state champion? How about a varsity boys basketball state champion? How about the 3D printing team state champions? So, 2016 and 2017 varsity football state champions, are they here? 2017 science fair state champions. Anybody here? About the math team state champions? Here, by any chance? If you were a champion in more than one discipline, can you stand up when you're on football and basketball and so forth? Well, again, I thank you, and this will take you up. The team aspect is something that I hold near and dear in my personal life, my professional life, being politics, as well as with racing. And I'm still racing, by the way. I said I've been racing for 2 decades. I still race. I raced last Thursday night, the Governor's Cup. I had to be there to present the trophy, so I thought I'd race at the same time. So I still compete. But you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And it really is about the team aspect and trying to, and I have a great team myself. Many of them are here today in my cabinet. And the reason we're here in Windsor today is because I bring the cabinet are my secretaries, commissioners, people that I look to try and bring along and be part of my team because I think it's really that important. When I try and hire somebody, or when I'm trying to put together my race team, or I was in a construction business, when I'm bringing people on like that, the first thing I look at, I call them the 4 C's. And the first thing I look at always is character. They have character and integrity. And if they don't have character and integrity, when I'm interviewing them or looking in, then they don't go much further because it's that important to me. The second C is competence. They have to be competent in the area I'm asking them to serve, but they have the ability to learn and the willingness to learn as well. The third C is commitment. Commitment to the tough road ahead. It's the work ethic. It's trying to do whatever we can together to putting the team before yourself and your own aspirations, because the team is much more important than your own individual needs, and you have to recognize that to be successful. And the fourth C is really difficult to define is chemistry, because as we've seen in all kinds of, whether it's in the boardroom or on the construction site or out on the baseball field or soccer field or football field, it doesn't really matter. You can put all the most qualified, all the smartest, most qualified people, the most athletic people all in one room or in one field and never achieve success because you don't have that chemistry. And it really is tough to define, but it's just a gut feeling. And I've been able to put my team on the field, so to speak, over the last 2 years. And so what we've been doing, we came to Windsor today because I thought after doing this for 2 years now, that too much is done. When I became governor, I went to new governor's school, and I asked all the other governors, when did they have cabinet meetings? When do you bring people together and talk about the issues? And some said they do it some didn't do it at all, some do it once a year, some did it quarterly, monthly, but I decided to do it every single week because I think, we said the first time we met, that if we be successful when we came into the cabinet meeting and we're trying to solve each other's problems rather than just our own. And that's what we've done now. We have cabinet members, secretaries, commissioners coming, sitting at the table, trying to help each other out because we're not in silos, we're all one team. And so we decided to go out on the road and listen to Vermonters about what their needs are, what their challenges are, what we can learn from them, what they can learn from us, what we can do to help. And so this is the third trip we've made. We went to Rutland first, then we went up to the Northeast Kingdom, Caledonia County, and now we're in Windsor. So we've had an action-packed day and still more to come. But it's really about listening to you and trying to make Vermont a much better place. So again, we thank you for hosting us. Thank you for coming in, and appreciate all the good work that the school board is doing, and all the teachers and all you for working together. So thank you very much for having us.
Governor, do you want to do a group photo with any kids and coaches and legislators?
If they would like
you guys want
us
to gather up, we can
Sure.
take pictures.
Absolutely.
Don't be shy.
Anyone interested? Where do you want to do this? Did you say?
No, genders here.